Good morning, YouTubers. T-Squared with T-Squared Talk. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Got a great video planned out for you guys today. Today I want to talk a little bit about a recent comment that I had and a couple of follow-up comments. The comment was basically that the individual had given away some silver during a Christmas party as like gifts, I guess. And everybody enjoyed it, everybody liked it, but they kind of thought he overspent. But it was a really good comment, and it was a great idea. I think that's awesome when you give away an ounce of silver to someone, because it can get them into stacking too. Now, it followed up with another comment that said, why would anybody want to tell anybody about silver stacking? And this is something that we have touched on. I don't know if I've ever done a full video on it. The perks that go with building up a stacking group, a trade group, a stacking community, whatever you want to call it. I have a group of stackers, and I am always getting asked, how do I join it? It's not something you can really join because I have set these people up, and they only interact with me. So I interact with them, they interact with me, and I help them whatever they are trying to do. So if they're trying to sell off their silver real quick because they need some extra money, I might do a meetup, I guess you can say, with one other person. And in a lot of cases, I will end up buying it myself. And if someone's looking to buy, I will either help them out, get them on the right path. But by doing this, by involving other people, getting them into it, it has benefited me extremely, because if I get you into stacking, let's say, you don't know anything about stacking. Oh, I didn't even say at the beginning. Please, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. I gotta say, I understand too, there is security risks. But we're just talking about the benefits, because the downsides of getting other people involved is they know that you stack. Therefore, you could have a security threat on your hands. Now, if you know that you tell a lot of people that you stack, then you are smart enough to not have stuff at your house, or too much stuff in your presence, I guess you can say. I mean, I was about ready to say or on yourself, but I always carry an ounce or two of silver on me. You will not catch me in public without coins, some kind of coins on me. I might have a Morgan dollar in my wallet. I might have an ounce of silver in my pocket. I always have an ounce of silver on me or nearby me. But the threat, I guess you can say, the downside to it is pretty obvious. But no one ever really sees the upside. So let's hypothetically say for a minute, you get someone into stacking. They're fascinated by it. They're like, oh my word, they're so pretty. I love these ounces. They're cool. They start buying them. Before you know it, maybe they're buying too much. And they need some extra money. They overbought. They've got to sell. Or the hot water heater went out. They didn't plan for that. They've got to sell some. They're happy because they've been saving money, and they haven't really saved the money, because a lot of times people want to save this stuff. And when they have this, they look at this as, they can't hold it. They're going to spend it on something. Either they're going to go out and buy beers, or they're going to go out and buy something. They're going to go out to eat, whatever the case may be. However, if they spend this and they buy this, they look at it like they've spent it. Now, they understand that they can cash that in at any time for money. I had one friend tell me the other day, he goes, I was so close to calling you up and having you help me sell 50 ounces of silver. I needed some money for a deal, and I didn't know what to do, but luckily something fell through, and didn't have to sell it. I said, well, you can call me if you need to. In a lot of cases, these people will call me. And they'll say, hey, something went wrong. I need some money. Whatever the case may be. Car broke down. I've heard car broke down. I've heard daughter had a car accident. I've heard had some personal issues come up. I've heard a lot of different stuff. And when they go to sell, a lot of times they tell me something like, hey, look, what's the best I can get right now to sell some silver? And I'll always ask, is it nice silver or is it beat up in the hand? And some people at first, they don't understand the difference. Beat up in the hand means tarnished. It's not pretty silver. Silver that looks nice, like what you see in front of you, that stuff is always going to get you a little bit more. I understand the silver value of an ounce is an ounce, but people buy with their eyes. I've had a lot of people that are not silver stackers tell me that they wanted to get a couple of these because they like them. They just really like this bar because it has the flag on it. I've heard people say they like the Simpson ones, the Star Wars ones, a lot of different stuff. And Buffalo rounds that are beat up, tarnished, don't really do that well. Same with advertisement silver. Kind of like what you see right there. A lot of people don't like advertisement silver. Maybe you've seen some bars that said AppMax or JM Bullion or whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't like that. But here's what it will happen. They need to sell, let's say, 10 ounces. They take it to the pawn shop. Pawn shop ain't going to give them jack. They go to a resale shop. They ain't going to give them jack. Maybe a coin shop. Coin shops are hit or miss, depending on the coin shop. If you deal with that coin shop, they might take good care of you when you go to sell. If you don't regularly deal with them and they don't know you from Adam, then they're probably not going to take too good care of you. I look at it like, if I have an opportunity to pick up silver at spot price or a dollar under spot price, that's a pretty good deal. Because if I go online and I buy it, or I go to a coin shop and I buy it, I am not going to get anything for spot price. Now, in some cases, I've actually got as much as $5 under spot. The ounces were beat up. I didn't like them, and I didn't want them, so I said, nah, I'm going to have to pass, but I'll ask around. The individual had to sell right then and there. He needed the money right then and there and said, what is the best you can do right now if I really need the money? I said, I don't want to throw out a price because I don't want to insult you. I just don't really have the need for them, but I'll ask around. And like I said, I'll get back to you within a week. Somebody might do something. He goes, if I give them to you for $5 under spot, will you take them? I said, at $5 under spot, I would be a fool to not take them. And if someone takes them off my hands later, great. If someone doesn't, that's fine. I'll eat them for that. And so needless to say, I picked them up pretty cheap. Now, you guys know I share with you guys what I buy when I buy it usually. I haven't picked up a lot lately, only because it is the holidays. I've got a lot going on. I've had a lot of issues, but I'm hoping to have a bunch of money come in the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, I still haven't even filed my taxes for that I should have filed 9 months ago. I filed the 6-month extension. I got behind. I'm still behind on it. Not because I owe them money, because technically they owe me money. I always get a nice return. I have a lot of friends tease me. They're like, dude, they're about ready to give you $6,000 back and you ain't filed yet. I am just behind the curve. And then my car accident, I got a check coming for that. I talked to them today and they said, no, we'll pay you the check. You don't have to fix it if you don't want to. You guys know I was on the fence of getting a newer vehicle, so I don't know if I'm even going to fix the damage except the lights. And then I've got another tax coming, 3 months from now, 4 months from now. So I just haven't bought anything lately. I haven't found the right deal. Now, a lot of people are going to say $30 is pretty cheap. Honestly, I think we'll see a little bit of a bump up pretty soon. I think when they announce interest rate cuts, I think we could see a little bit of a bump higher. But I also believe that when the quarter comes to an end, the fourth financial quarter, and the year comes to an end, there might be a lot of profit taking. We could see a little bit of a pullback. Will it be short? It could be. And it could happen when a lot of the U.S. markets are closed, when it's kind of a downtime between Christmas, but after Christmas, but before New Year's. There may be a window there where the markets are open, but no one's really there trading. Maybe overseas markets, who knows? Got to follow that stuff. A lot of strange stuff happens when the markets are closed. I hate to say that. In the middle of the night, you might see a huge drop and then all of a sudden a pump back up. I always say that's paper trading. It's a lot of manipulation, and they do it purposely when people are asleep. The holidays, I mean, look when the Fed was issued. They ended up voting in the Fed on Christmas Day. They had the meeting at Jekyll Island, and then all of a sudden they had a vote on Christmas Day, and then boom, now we have a Federal Reserve. So you got to understand, they do stuff when they think people aren't paying attention, when there's a lot of eyes looking elsewhere. So in short, because I am getting to the end of the video, there's, like I said, there's a lot of perks in doing that. Now, if you need money, I should have just jumped out and said this right off. If they need money, obviously you can buy at a good deal. But if you need money, you can sell to them, and they'll be quick to want to buy your silver. I have sold ounces because I've needed money in a jam. And I've sold the ounces that I didn't like, and I sold them cheap. But I still got a good enough price where I know I can recover the ounces later when some money rolled in. A lot of people don't want to share because they want to stay so low key and under the radar, which is good to a certain point. But here's the thing. If you've got other people in a group that you trust does not mean you have to put your life on the line, I guess you can say. Trust just means that you help them get into similar habits as yourself. I've got friends that are preppers. I've got friends that are stackers. I've got friends that go out with their pew-pews a whole lot more than me. And they can sight their weapons. They know how to handle them. They know everything about them. Me, I'm a little different. I don't get to go out shooting as often because I don't want to spend the money all the time on the ammo. It can get costly nowadays. Do I shoot? Yes, once in a while. But each one of these friends have something to offer the group. They have knowledge. They have expertise. Me, I like gardening. I know about water purification. I prep. And do I think if the system fully collapsed and we went to an SHTF scenario, gold and silver is going to matter? It's not going to matter for a little while. What is going to matter is water, food, security, medicine, that type of stuff. But eventually society will pick back up and the debt will be gone at that point. And everything will roll back out and we'll go back to a sound money, gold and silver. I know some people believe that, we'll never see gold and silver as money again. I'm religious and I believe the mark of the beast will come, so we'll never see gold and silver again because that's better than cash. We don't know for sure when anything will happen. And we don't know what's going to happen. And so when you realize that, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared, and you cannot do it on your own. You cannot be up 24/7 running security on your area, your whatever you want to call it. Being prior military, I understand you need a certain amount of relying on other people. Do you sleep with one eye open if the grid goes down and everything's in chaos? Absolutely. But you cannot do everything yourself. It's a whole lot easier if you have other people that can help, even if all they can do is go and collect river water and you purify it. You give them some for collection, and then you trade some of that water off for something else. And once you realize that, you realize why you need that group, why you tell people a small amount. It doesn't mean you advertise it. You don't put a sign up in front of your house, hey, I'm a stacker, And here's the thing. If you're not telling anybody, then you can probably get away with keeping stuff at your house. Me, I'm pretty public. People that know me know I have a YouTube channel. They know what I do. I mean, I've had people over. Hey, you got any? I don't keep stuff at my house. Why? I mean, I might have a couple coins floating around, but why? So once you realize that, you understand you need a group of people. You need other people to work with, and that's why it's important to share the fact that, stacking could be a good thing. And if you don't know how to introduce someone to them, the easiest way to introduce them to it is, hey, I was watching something on YouTube the other night. What are your thoughts on silver? I seen this one guy, I think his name was like T-Square Talk. He was talking about stacking and putting away actual physical silver. What are your thoughts on that? If they laugh, then maybe they're not the ones to talk to. But you would be surprised if you might bring that up and someone might be like, yeah, I've been hearing a lot about silver. I mean, I'm thinking there could be something there. Maybe it would be worth getting a few ounces. How about you? What do you think? And then all of a sudden the conversation goes back and forth. You don't need to tell them you've got a couple 100 ounces at home. You're thinking about maybe getting a few ounces just in case. What are your thoughts? These are ways that you can bring it up. With that being said, going to wrap up the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do sometimes have a hard time coming up with topics. I've been using comments lately to try to generate ideas for videos. So if you have an idea and you think it would be a good one, I would love to read your comment and possibly do a video on it. So some stuff I can't do, obviously. I've had some people say full stack video. The security behind that for me would be a little bit more of a threat than I'd want to deal with. Especially because, like I said, a lot of people know that I have the channel. A lot of people know what I do. I don't want them thinking I'm rich. I'm poor. I'm just living paycheck to paycheck. And that's about it. So with that being said, going to wrap up the video here. I thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I will talk to you guys again on T-Square Talk. I know someone out there is like, you're not poor. And you're probably right. I'm not poor if I've got some ounces. Anybody that has some silver will never be broke. That was a question that was something that came up about a month ago. We were talking about that. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. And I will see you again on T-Square Talk. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.